I just moved home recently, moved home to Maryland, which is, perfect. Right where I want to be in life. Can't wait, I'm so happy. Yeah, I moved home a week after my youngest brother went off to college. My parents had 1 week of being an empty nester. My oldest son moved home with all his bags and his laundry and said, "Hey, I'm back, baby." My mom loves having me home because we get to gossip about everyone else in town, you know? Oh, it's so much fun. We're pink on Wednesdays, we have a bird book we're working on. It's a good time. But my dad hates having me home. Oh, he hates it. I think that's because the first thing I did when I got home was I went to the backyard so we could take a walk, and then I found this old baseball, and I was feeling kind of nostalgic, so I picked up the baseball and I got my old bat. And I looked at the house and thought, I bet I can hit this over the house, and then I just rolled it straight through his bedroom. I don't know, I had a good childhood. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and my dad worked very hard to make sure she could do that. But I will say, when those two switch roles, it was like a goddamn nightmare. Like the first time my dad ever took care of me, I was 10 years old, and that was because my mom took my other brother Charlie camping. And like my dad's not a bad caretaker, but his version of dinner was SpaghettiOs on top of pasta. It's like just make 2 cans of SpaghettiOs or just the pasta. You know, like it's not Chef Boyardee's recipe. But then he didn't know what to do with it, so we took him to the video store, and he was like, "You got a video, I'll get a video." I picked out Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, because at 10 years old, that was the funniest, sexiest thing I could pick to watch my mother out of the house. And then my dad picked out The Sixth Sense, which is the scariest film of all time. I was sweating before we got back to the minivan. But I formulated a plan. I was like, okay, so we'll watch The Sixth Sense first, and then we'll watch Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. It's going to be so funny, it's going to be so many movies, you're not even going to remember what you just saw. So we'll watch The Sixth Sense, we'll come up with the scariest scene in the entire film. That's when former child star OC Faye Misha Barton's little dead girl in the tent, and the other former child star Ella Joel is going to find said dead girl in the tent. If you haven't seen the film, that's as good as I can describe it for you. So the scene's about to happen, my dad stands up and goes, "I'm going to go in the kitchen and make some popcorn." I was just sitting there just like, it's a total normal thing to do while watching a movie, nothing where it's about to happen. So the scene happens, he unzips the tent, finds a little dead girl starts puking, she's like, "Bleh!" And the kid's like, "No, oh my God!" And my dad comes back in, not with popcorn, but with one of our cats, and he drops the cat on my head. And the cat will go just like, "Ah!" Well, what he forgot is I had to go to sleep that night, so I slept in my brother's room, which was close to my parents' bedroom, and after about 20 minutes of staring at the ceiling, I was like, yeah, Austin Powers not as funny as I thought it was. And what just happened? So I crept in my parents' room, where normally my mother would be to comfort me, but she was not there that evening. So I creep in and I lean over my dad's bed. And I'm a pasty adult. You can imagine I was a pasty young boy. And I'm leaning in, and the hallway lights are to the side, ever so. And I just was like, my dad's up was like, and then punched me in the face. And the next day, my brother got back from camping with my mom. He had 8 stitches in his knee and 6 in his elbow. And I had a black eye, so we just ran to each other, held each other, and just were like, never beat me with that. All right, you guys ready for the rest of the show?